What's up, guys? Simply Coco here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another speed build. So, as you can tell from the title, we are doing a little something different today that I haven't different as far as like what the build is. Just because I haven't seen many YouTubers do this, or like many simmers do this, if any at all. But I am building a hoarder's house. Um, so, as you know, in quarantine, we all have been watching pretty much all Netflix and Hulu and every streaming service has to offer. So, I came across Hoarders the other day. I mean, I had seen the show obviously in the past, it's been on for what seems like forever. Um, but I was just kind of going through watching some of the more interesting episodes, and it gave me inspiration to say the least, to do a Sims build. So yeah, a hoarder lives in this house. I am building this in Del Sol Valley, if you cannot tell. Um, the exterior of the house came together pretty quickly. The only thing I do change, it's actually changed already. I did it off camera. I made it quite smaller. It was too wide, because I tend to do my floor plans off camera just because it takes me a long time. If you would prefer me to do my floor plan on camera, just leave a comment and let me know, and I'll start doing that. I just prefer to do it off camera just because it takes me forever to do floor plans. But I can like figure out the floor plan first and then delete it and then redo it on camera if you want to see me do the floor plan. Um, so just let me know. But the exterior, the shell of the house or whatever, did come together really quickly. Um, just went for a very like, I don't really know, like a old one-story suburban home. So much older. Probably has been here since the 60s. I don't know, but it's a very old home. Towards the end, you're gonna see me put a lot of cracks and holes and um, water stains all on the exterior of the house just to make it look very worn out and not taken care of. Now I'm just doing the landscaping. I try to make the landscaping look very overgrown and not really something that the owners concern themselves with, just because they can't, because there's so much crap everywhere. And now that I think about it, I should have put more long grass everywhere, like this long grass that I'm using now. I do put a lot of it, but like once I got all of the hoarded objects like put down, I should have went back and put more of this grass just to look like um, the grass underneath everything was just really growing out of control because they can't mow it. um, but yeah, I'm just looking around the lot to see what plants are around, and that's kind of what I always do as far as landscaping. So if you're looking for a tip in landscaping, that's the tip. Is look around the lot to see what what surrounds the lot, what other plants and trees and stuff is in the neighborhood. That way it can really sit in the lot. So what I was doing then, I was putting soil under the soil or dirt under the grass, under the landscaping. But then I was like, no, it needs to be dead grass, because soil would make it look like it was, being like it was being well kept, like it was an actual garden. But yeah, as you can see, in 2.5 seconds, the yard was filled with crap because it just wasn't going to be interesting with you sitting there and watching me place, or not really place. I'm placing the stuff now, but it wasn't going to be interesting you sitting there watching me pull all of this stuff out of the building by, because a lot of the stuff I really had no idea what I was going to use. So I was literally just going through every category of the build and buy menu to just see what I could use. And I pulled out a lot of crap. I can't even begin to tell you what I pulled out. If you can kind of quickly like catch a glance at something and see something, then yeah. But I will kind of point out the actual playable objects. So the actual playable objects that your Sims can interact with is the foosball table. I end up, right now it's not playable, but I end up moving it to where your Sims can actually access it. Towards the front of the lot, there is a robotic station that your Sims can actually interact with. Also at the front of the lot is a flower arranging station table. You saw that just a second ago. That your Sims can actually interact with. And also at the front of the lot is a candle making station that your Sims can interact with. So the things in the front yard that your Sims can actually interact with is a candle making station, foosball table, robotic station, and a flower arranging table. And then also on the front porch, I put a chess table, so that's another thing your Sims can actually interact with. And on the side, just a second ago, you saw me put a woodworking table, so that is also something your Sims can interact with. This is just me cluttering up the side a little bit, just so it didn't look like, the front yard was filled with all this crap and then it all of a sudden came to a halt. So I just kind of made the clutter kind of trickle off towards the back a little bit. Yeah. I do clutter up the backyard with a few things, definitely not as much as the front. So I don't think I recorded a lot of that though. So once we get further along in the video, I'll try to remember what I put back there. I know I put a bubble machine, like the bubble blower machine. I put a treadmill. I put a cat tree. I do imagine this place having, I imagine 2 Sims living here. With the rest of, I imagine 2 Sims lived here with the rest of the household members being cats. So 2 Sims, 2 like actual Sims, and then 6 cats. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm kind of waiting until I get further into the build to give you the storyline, because it's actually a pretty sad storyline, but something that could actually happen in real life. But I don't want to be depressed right now because it's pretty sad. But yeah, I am on the interior. So I think this flooring is cats and dogs. I'm not sure, but it's the most like worn down looking floor. And I just imagine it's gotten like that over the years, just because again, there's always clutter on the floor. There's a lot of heavy objects always sitting on the floor. They can't sweep the floor. They can't mop the floor because there's stuff always on, there's stuff always everywhere. Obviously, this is The Sims, so I could not overflow the house, the interior, because if you have watched any amount of Hoarders, sometimes people can have stuff from floor to ceiling. They have like a 1 foot, maybe 2 feet wide path that they use to get from point A to point B in their homes. But obviously in The Sims we can't do that. So to make this a functioning house, I had to not clutter up the interior as much as I would have liked to. I did as much as I possibly could. So sorry if you heard that. My dogs literally just crashed into the desk, and they're really driving me insane. But anyway, yeah, I cluttered up as much of the interior as I possibly could. I think your Sims can walk around as like not in this build, but in general. I think if your Sims have at least a 1 tile path, as long as they have like a 1 tile wide path, they can walk through it. So wherever I put actual like clutter and mess, I just made sure they had at least a 1 tile path to get through it. The least cluttered up rooms are the kitchen and the bedrooms. Well, no, the kitchen and the bathroom. The bathroom I don't actually furnish on camera just because it took so long, just because I'm placing all those objects. And I didn't want to just like take them out of the build catalog and just randomly put them somewhere. I kind of wanted there to be like not an order to it, obviously, because they're hoarders, but I didn't want it to just be too random. So I did kind of group things Like right here, you kind of saw the crab trap and the fish trap right next to each other. Excuse me. And in the backyard, I put like two toddler pools right next to each other. So I did kind of try to group things so it wasn't so random. Um, but the bathroom has almost little to no clutter. It's a 3x5 bathroom, I think. Um, it has a shower tub combo, a toilet, and a sink. And I just didn't want to clutter it up because your Sims have to use the bathroom. I was thinking about going ahead and cluttering it up really badly and just giving them some sort of outside um, toilet and outside shower. I wish we had what are they called? Porter potties. I wish we had porter potties in The Sims. That would kind of be cool. Like that could have came with Strangerville, since that like came with the military career. Not that military people use the bathroom in porter potties. I just feel like that would have been the pack that porter potties would have made the most sense in. But if we had like porter potties in The Sims, then I probably would have done something like that. But okay, I will get to the storyline now. So, like I said, I imagine this house being for two Sims. I imagine it being a granddad and his grandson. Um, so, as far as why the granddad's house looks like this, I imagine he was a detective and he was married and his wife passed away, and after she passed away, he kind of went off the rails a little bit. um he lost his job, but he would still try to solve cases. So you'll see like a bunch of case paperwork sitting around in different places. And just as the house got cluttered with casework, he ended up just collecting a whole bunch of other different things, really for no good reason. It really just, he really just got the house so dirty to the point, or so messy and so cluttered to the point to where he didn't want to clean it anymore. So he stopped cleaning and just started collecting everything he could. Um, yeah, just to fill the void of him losing his wife. And his grandson lives with him because once his wife died, their daughter, who's the grandson's mom, started basically, for lack of better words, she got addicted to drugs and alcohol and things of that nature. Um, that's all I will say on that, just so that we don't have any triggers. Um, so the grandson had to come live with the grandpa because the mom didn't have a house at all. She hops from couch to couch, and there's no room for her here, because it's only 2 bedrooms. But oddly enough, the song that's playing in the background of this speed build, I don't know if you can hear it or not. It may be too low. I don't know. I never know how low or how loud the song is in the background. Like, I know what I put it at, but I never know how loud it actually is. It's called, the song that's playing in the background, it's called 4 More Weeks. So that gave me the idea of, maybe the granddad has 4 more weeks to get the house cleaned and fixed, or the grandson is going to get taken away by Child Protective Services, and put in the foster care system. So that is really, encouraging this grandfather to change his ways and get this house cleaned up. If any of you follow Little Simsy, tweet her this video. I will tweet her this video. and let's try to get her to fix it up. I'm literally just thinking about this now, but let's try to get little Simsy to fix this house in her fixer upper series. That would be cool. Cause I have a storyline now. I would just have to give her a budget. I would just have to give her a budget to work with. But I mean, with all the crap on this lot, it's really free game. Like once she sold everything on this lot, it would literally take nothing to renovate. I have no idea the lot value. It's probably pretty high. I'll put it in the description just because I'm really curious and I really need to know, and that would be something good to know. That's another thing. If you want me to start including the lot size and the lot value in my videos, like at the beginning, I will. Just let me know down in the comments. But yeah, tweet this to little Simsy. Let's get her to fix this up. She could definitely do a lot because selling all of these objects, it would be really easy to get money back. But I am doing the kids room now, so it's kind of decorated girly, but also like with a touch of boy in there, just because this would have been the daughter's room when she did live here. But now her son is living here, so they kind of tried to make it a little more boyish. Not really though. Here's the backyard. I put the juice pong table back there, a swing set that is not accessible. What else do I put back there? I do end up putting a dining, like an outdoor dining space out there, but they can sit in the chairs, but there's so much crap that I put on top of the table that I don't think they can eat there. I also, what was I about to say? I don't remember. But yeah, I'm just putting a bunch of random stuff in the kids room. Again, I didn't want the kids room to be very cluttered. But it's still cluttered, but not as bad. Like it's not organized in the kids room. It's just a bunch of it's a lot of, not a lot, it's just stuff placed around. Like it doesn't have a really order to it. It's not a clean room, but it's not as cluttered as the rest of the build. But yeah, I just saw that I did put a juice fizzer table, I did put a juice fizzer in the backyard as well. I put a spa chair. There's a few things in the backyard that I'm trying to get a glance at. Obviously, if you want to see it, just plop this down in your in your game. I did want to put a pool in the backyard and make it look murky, but I just got crazy with placing stuff that I forgot. And then I did there is a food bowl in the kitchen for your cat. No, you're going to need you're going to need 5 more food bowls because I only put 1 and I just said they would have 6 cats. That's kind of ridiculous, so I might not give them 6 cats, but at least 2 or 3. And maybe 2 or 3 cats could actually eat out of 1 bowl. So, yeah. 6 cats might be ridiculous, but 2 or 3 might be manageable. But I did give this lot traits, and I made the lot a cat hangout. So if you don't want the family to actually have 6 cats, don't worry, there will be a lot of cats hanging around this lot, and they have a lot to jump on. So I think it's gonna look actually kind of cool to have all the cats walking around this build. I also don't know if you saw it, but I did put a lot of mouse holes in the walls. But yeah, as you can see, the screenshots are rolling. I'm sorry the storyline is so sad, but yeah, this will be in my save file. Let's get little Simsy to fix this up. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it, and I will see you all then. Bye!